Good evening. Today is Wednesday, October 15th, 2025, and this is our business meeting. Call to order.
Mrs. Miller and Mrs. Shopley are absent. Mrs. Gibson?
Here.
Mr. Llewellyn?
Here.
Mr. Mundy?
Here. Oh, that was pretty short, wasn't it? All right, can we please stand for the pledge of allegiance? All right.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Man, it is odd seeing such an empty room on every corner, you know, but, well, we'll get through the introductions pretty quickly, I have a feeling. We'll start with Jack here. Jack Hagan, business manager. Good to see you. And Dr. Robin Jordan. She is our curriculum director. She's going to be presenting here soon. We have Ms. Becky Yerman, our director of student services, and Devin Berry, our director of human resources. And then we have no board reps tonight, which is, I think this is the first time. Yeah, at least in a long time. So, no board reps tonight, but we do have our board member, Lori Gibson. We have our superintendent, Dr. Andrea Townsend. My name's Nate, I'm also a board member. And then we have John Llewellyn, our other board member for the night. Angie and Leslie are both out as well. And then, of course, to end it off, we have Mr. Ryan Sloan, our treasurer, all the way over on the other side of the table there. Kind of on your own little island right there. All right. I will recommend that the agenda be adopted as presented. I'll make the motion for that.
Don't throw us off. Just let's
Wait, you guys just want to do the motion?
do this. Yeah, just let's
Okay,
do
fine.
it.
I'm like, I know I can motion.
Let us
All
do our
right.
thing.
Okay,
We know what
fine.
we're doing.
All
You
right,
messed
well,
us up.
Well, hey, I still take that motion. All right, we'll move for a vote.
Mrs. Gibson?
Yes.
Mr. Llewellyn?
Yes.
Mr. Mundy?
Yes. Oh, okay. No comments relating to the public on agenda items, so we'll move right along to item number 7, which is our communications update. Oh, you're already
I'm
there?
here. I know, I jumped up here early.
Oh my gosh,
It's
wow.
a jump start.
We're just moving right along.
Okay, here we go. Here's how you can find out what's happening in the school district, westcarrolltonschools.com. You can follow us on Facebook at West Carrollton City Schools, X at WC City Schools, Instagram at WC_City Schools. This is also how you can find out about what's happening. Go to westcarrolltonschools.com, find your schools at that top menu. Once you click on that, you're going to find the particular school you're looking for. Click on that, and you're there. October 20th through November 7th, Pack the Pirate Ship. This is the annual food drive. They're doing it a little earlier this year, but if you do have a non-perishable food item that you would like to donate, you can drop that off at any school. You can also drop it off here at our Board of Education office. More information is available at westcarrolltonschools.com. National School Bus Safety Week begins October 20th, and the second quarter begins October 20th as well. Eyes up, phones down, go slow. Drive only in designated areas. Do not drive on the grass. We don't drive in your yard, so please don't drive on ours. I just had to say that.
So is this a problem?
No, it's just me being silly like I am. Okay, so the fall play is coming up. Apocalypse, I probably way messed that up now, is going to be November 7th and November 8th at 7 p.m. That will be in the Geiler Auditorium at the high school. November 9th at 2 p.m., $3 student tickets, $5 general admission tickets. More information will be coming up on our news page. This is really great news I'd like to share. I was very excited about this. The Springboro Invitational, the marching band took a first place finish. Best music, best visual, best general effects, got best percussion, so that was 5 trophies they brought home. They brought home a couple of awards from Lakota as well. I don't remember exactly where they placed, but they placed well enough to bring a trophy home, so that's always good news. And we want to congratulate our boys cross-country team. They are Miami Valley League champions in the Valley Division, so that's quite an accomplishment as well. And this was pretty exciting. I got to join middle school kids. They went to FC Industries for Manufacturing Day. My husband works and he sells things to manufacturers. Don't ask me what he sells. I just say he sells stuff. But I said, hey, it's Manufacturing Day. He said, you know, I've worked in this field for over 20 years. I had no clue. So fortunately, these industries do know about it. They open the doors to students. It wasn't just our kids. There was also a group from Stebbins that was there. They get to go through and see how things are made, see actual parts. They get to touch, feel, and listen to what's happening. Other exciting news about that, the 2 gentlemen on the left of that picture, West Carrollton grads. So I had this bright idea. I've kind of been stewing on this, and then it came to fruition when I was talking to a child, and I started asking him questions, like I always do. And then suddenly he turned it on me and started asking me questions. It's the first time it ever happened. So I put all that together, and I went over to a 2nd grade classroom. We've been working on a special writing project, so I wanted to tell you a little bit about that. So I'm here today with George. Can you wave? And Aiden and Mr. Toby. Mr. Toby, these boys just asked you some questions. Were they tough questions?
There was a couple tough questions.
Okay. George, did you find out anything interesting about Mr. Toby today from the questions you asked?
He said he lived in
In Ohio. Has he lived in Ohio his whole life?
No.
No, he's lived in Ohio his whole life.
He's in America.
He's in America, yeah. Aiden, what did you learn about Mr. Toby?
His favorite football team is
That's okay, he wrote notes.
Cleveland Browns.
Cleveland Browns. Did you ask Mr. Toby if the Cleveland Browns have won a game recently?
Define recently.
Okay.
This season, yes.
Okay, we'll move on. So what we're doing here today, we have 2 of our 2nd grade students, and we came up with a list of questions to ask Mr. Toby, and he gave some answers, and then we're going to go write a story. Are you guys excited about that?
Yeah. Yes. Wait, we going to do it today?
We're going to do it maybe a little today and a little on Monday. How's that?
Sounds good.
Okay.
I want to do it all today.
You want to do it all today? Well, we'll see if your teacher has other things in mind for you this afternoon, okay? Well, we're going to work together on it because that's part of the deal with this, right? We're going to work as a team. All right, thank you guys. Okay, so that was a fun project. You can just imagine my trying not to giggle a lot. But it was really fun sitting down, and they came up with the questions. They came up with a story after they got the answers from Mr. Toby. We wrote the story together, and it is our first student-published news story on our website. So look at that at westcarrolltonschools.com. Very riveting tale. So I've talked about, I think, just about every school this year, and now it's the elementary school's turn as we talk about transitioning from the old building to the new building.
Introduce you to several of our students as they explain their experiences of transitioning to the new elementary school.
You went from Schnell, and now here you are at West Carrollton Elementary School. What do you think about the new school?
I really like it, it's really futuristic, it's really nice. It's the best school in the world. Everything's new.
Beautiful, it's big, yes, it is big, and everybody seems to love it.
Well, you said this building is futuristic.
Yes.
What's futuristic about it?
The lights, like if you're going downstairs and you're heading to the gym, like it's kind of a weird shape and it doesn't feel at the same time. Because most schools wouldn't have that type of shape. And like everything is way more big.
Way more bigger, and what else? What else is different?
The gym, art, and like the classrooms.
And here's what it looks like in the elementary art room. Looks a little bit different, and oh, hey, we have Mrs. Ramirez here today. You were at different schools in the last couple of years, but now here you are in the new elementary. How do you like the art room?
It is beautiful. I love the big desks and I love all the room we have.
The only thing is the floors get dirty very easily.
They do? Do the custodians clean them up pretty quick?
Custodians keep our school clean. They don't pick up after us. So
Do you think maybe you should be picking up after yourself,
yes.
as well as the other kids too, right?
Yeah.
You're sitting in the principal's chair. What would you do if you could be principal for the day?
Nothing.
Who's the nicest principal? Mr. Tony, that's rotten. He's a rotten principal, isn't he? So, again, you never know what answers you're going to get, but I'm going to let you keep watching them. It's always fun to see what the kids have to say. Also, I wanted to comment too and say Mr. Llewellyn is going to do a little presentation a little bit later. You're going to see a day in the life of an elementary student, and he requested that, so we have something ready for him to show as well. Siler gets to return to the big screen. Pirate Pride Award, we don't have one this evening. We had one scheduled, and then it was canceled due to an illness. So we have two of our soccer players who will be coming in November. The soccer coach, his mother became ill, so of course that's more important, and he definitely wanted to be here. But if you have someone you would like to nominate, you can go to our website, westcarrolltonschools.com, and you will see the Pirate Pride Award flag on the front page. Just click on that. It will take you right to the nomination process. Very easy. Oh. Be safe, be respectful, be responsible, be kind. As always, be kind to each other. Thank you.
Wow, thank you. That was pretty impressive. All right, Robin, do you want to start with the presentations, or John? Ladies first, right? All right, well, we'll move right along to the curriculum update by Dr. Robin Jordan, our Points of Pride.
Thank you. I'm so excited to do this presentation. It's my first one. This is so exciting. And how do I follow Miss Janine? She's so phenomenal. Short story short. But I'll do my best. So I am so excited to give this update. Oh, yeah, thank you. And we just have so many bright spots to share too. I'm first going to start with some highlights from the state report card data, which we have so many great things happening. Then I'm going to move on and share a little bit about some of our diagnostic testing, which will include our iReady and our our MAP data, and then some updates about our new MAP curriculum from the adoption, just to give you some updates about what's been happening with that. So first, let's start with some highlights from the report card. First of all, we went up to 4 stars in gap closing. and that was up from 2024, so that's huge. And we just want to highlight that. Also, we went from 3 to 4 stars in our graduation rate. And so that's something else we want to be, that's huge, we want to celebrate that. In looking a little more specifically at each of the buildings, these are some glows at the buildings. Early childhood went from 2 to 3.5 stars. ECC specifically improving K-3 literacy measures, increased overall, moved to on track. We're at 42.7% and now at 57%, so that was an increase. Looking at Schnell specifically, this is really big. Okay, so we want to highlight this. 83.6% of English learners met their growth target. And that's huge. And just want to mention too, let me give a huge shout out to Marie from our Hamilton County ESC, just for all that she brings to our district. She's a huge value add. And so just in this moment, want to lift her up. The high school scores went up almost in every category by approximately 10%. That's big. Want to mention that. At the middle school, we met English language proficiency indicators. So that's huge. And 5th grade science went up 9%. So these are glows. We want to mention all of these. Okay. So moving on to our iReady data, and before just showing the data, just to briefly talk about, I know I only have a certain amount of time, and I want to make sure I stick to that. Why the iReady data matters, okay? Because it connects to instructional decisions, okay? It connects to strengthening our Tier 1 instructional planning. It helps us with targeted support. It helps teachers progress monitor, and for equity and access. Okay, these are all very important to identify specific skill gaps and instructional planning, core instructional practices. These are all very important. Okay, so just want to mention that. It's a diagnostic test that we get, so just want to mention that before we get into the data. All right, so I know these numbers are kind of small, but first, just to show, this is the fall diagnostic data that we just gave. This is the reading, and you can see in the green, these are all areas that went up from 24 to 25. So there were improvements. Okay, these are all numbers that went up. You can see in the areas as well. One note though to make, these are not the same cohort of students. So iReady does not measure growth. That's what MAP, when we talk about MAP data measures growth. So it's important to note that these are not the same cohort of students. Okay, so just make that note. Okay? All right, you want to go ahead and switch to MAP. And you can see here, there's improvements in every area from 24 to 25. Again, with iReady. Again, not the same cohort of students because it's not measuring growth. That's not the point of the iReady data. Okay, but still improvements from 24 to 25 at the beginning of the year. Okay. When looking at what to show you for MAP, what we felt was best to show you is really, MAP, it measures growth. Well, all we've given so far is that baseline assessment. It's not going to show you growth right now, right? Because we've only given the baseline assessment. There's nothing to show yet. But what we can show you when we present again, in January, there's gonna be some growth. So we'll be able to show you some data then. But what we can go over are just some benefits of using the map growth. And it's gonna, it's student-centered, it's gonna help go, show some, it helps with instructional decision-making. It's aligned to readiness goals, equity and access, shows growth over time. This is gonna help our teachers make decisions. They can drill down to what students actually need. Okay, so it's student-centered. And then the other thing is with the new math adoptions, just to give you a little bit of insight into what our teachers, how they're feeling about it, here's some quotes that our teachers said. First of all, Carnegie Learning, this is what our teachers are using in math for kindergarten and first grade. One teacher said the program offers so many opportunities, strategies, and hands-on activities. Guiding and supporting them to understand and grasp the standards is a much smoother process. Watching the productive struggle is interesting, and then witnessing the light bulb turn to full brightness is amazing. And then Imagine Learning is what we're using second grade to Algebra 2. It provides our students with more visual ways to complete math problems. Our students are already getting so much better at explaining their thoughts and finding multiple ways to solve a problem. It is really amazing. So we're getting positive feedback from our teachers. But teachers are just one side of it. How about some student voice? We love hearing from our students, don't we? Okay.
Hi, we are here at West Carrollton Elementary, and I have 3 third graders with me. I have Trey, Aurora, and Ava, and they're going to share a little bit about how math is going this year. Trey, will you tell us a little bit about what you guys have been learning in third grade in math?
We've been learning about multiplication, and I really like it.
You like it? And then you most recently have been learning about finding the area of squares and rectangles. Good. All right, my second question for you guys is, what have you been liking about math so far? Ava, do you want to start?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're working in partners, and it's so fun.
We've been working in partners. We've been able to do a lot of partner work. Okay, go ahead, Aurora.
Follow the area, and it makes it a lot easier to fully understand.
Yes, I'm seeing in your workbook you guys have been able to draw pictures, and that usually makes math a little bit easier to do and understand. Good. Okay, Trey?
And in the workbook, we've got to do like games, and I like to play.
Yes, we've been playing lots of games with partners. All right, well, thank you guys so much. I'm so happy to hear that math is going well this year in third grade.
I mean, how fun was that, right? One last thing I wanted to share. We have started a cohort of teachers of professional learning this year called Pirate Pioneers. And I just wanted to share this with you. It's really exciting. And it's a way for them to, it's a powerful ideas of future forward learning, high impact tier 1 instructional strategies. We've had 45 teachers sign up to be a part of this group. And every 2 weeks they receive just a newsletter to their emails that has, highlighting a tool or a high impact tier 1 instructional strategy, such as, like an AI or emerging technology, or a collaborative learning, high engagement like chat stations or inside-outside circles or fish bowls or something, descriptive feedback that we send out to them, and it's something they can try and try it. And we're gonna also have some time on QPT days where we can meet with them and see how it's going. So I just wanted to share that with you so you knew that we would be doing that with them. And that's what I have for you for the curriculum update at this time.
Thank you. That was great. Anyone have any questions or anything? No?
appreciate it.
All right, Joe, it's up to you.
All right, well, I spoke with Mr. Toby, and with his help and Sport's help, we've got a video to show a day in the life of what a second, third, or fourth grader, I don't know what grade we chose here, but
4.
I do now. And I haven't seen this either. It was sent to me today. I did send Mr. Toby a request for any other type of update he wanted to share, but I don't think he had a chance to get to that, so he didn't provide that to me, so we'll just go with this video and let it roll, I guess.
Good morning, Siler.
Good morning.
So where are you heading off to?
Oh, cafeteria just to get some breakfast.
Finish with breakfast. You've gotten your breakfast. Where are you going now?
To my classroom to eat it.
Where is your classroom?
My classroom is upstairs.
So, Siler, you have to climb those stairs every day to go to class?
Yeah, it's very tiring. This is my class.
Hey, Siler, where's your desk?
Oh, okay. This one right here.
So this is where you spend most of your day?
Yeah. And then I switched to ELA, which is right next door. This is the ELA classroom. I usually pack, but this is where I come to get my lunch. After lunch, I go to recess. At the end of my day, my mom picks me up here.
So what's your favorite part of the day?
My favorite part of the day is lunch.
Of course.
I think most of us would probably say that. Our favorite part of the day is either when we get to have a break or when we are done with our day, I guess, so it'd be possible too, but thank you very much for putting that together. Thanks, Tyler, for us. So you're not physically here. That's all I have.
Wow, that was pretty good, John. I have to agree, lunch is my favorite, for sure. You know, lunch and dinner and breakfast. And then more lunch. That's typically my favorite parts of the day. So right now we're in between lunch and dinner. So
So this is not your favorite part of the day, is what you're saying?
I love it, all right, but dinner's right around the corner.
Dinner's coming, yeah.
Right around the corner. All right, well, now we're getting to the more boring part. Well, I guess it's not boring to me. It's not nearly as exciting as all these kids. So we'll go on to our business portion of the meeting, and we'll move on to item number 9, which deals with some financial items. Right?
Thank you. Ask that the board approve items 9A and 9B as presented.
So moved.
Second.
All right, anything you'd like to add with that, Ryan?
These are just the reports, July through September, 3 months into fiscal year 2026. Nothing out of the ordinary that needs to be reported on.
All right. Easy enough. Any other discussion? We'll move for a vote.
Mr. Llewellyn,
Yes.
Mr. Mundy,
Yes.
Mrs. Gibson.
Yes.
All right, item number 10 sticks with you, Ryan, about the financial forecast.
I'll go ahead and just talk through this first before asking for a motion in a second. So I just gave you a handout of our financial forecast. For every district and state, it used to be called the 5-year forecast, but for some reason our state legislators decided to take a year off of the forecast. So in reality, it's a 4-year forecast so we're forecasting this year plus the next 3. On the first page is just kind of summarizing across Montgomery County how the districts in the county are affected by the state budget that just went into place July 1st. So it's in increasing order, and so you can see that we Brookville and Northmont did not fare well, for this 2-year biennium budget. So this year, we're looking at our state funding being decreased by about 70,000 compared to last year, and then we're looking at a reduction of approximately $500,000 for the 26-27 school year. So obviously, we are getting no assistance from the state of Ohio, on our state funding. So that is not a good thing, obviously, and but it's kind of out of our control, to say the least. The second page is just kind of breaking down our general fund revenue into 3 buckets. The blue line is the state funding, the red line is our tax revenue, and then the green line at the bottom is other. So it goes from FY23 to FY29. We're currently in FY26, which is the 25-26 school year. Our state funding this year is about $24.9 million, and looking at a reduction of about $500,000 next year, down to about $24.4 million. The red line is the tax revenue, and that revenue source it goes up just a little. Just kind of gradually goes up a little bit, over the course of time, and then the green line, which is all the other revenue at the bottom. A big part of that is interest income, and due to declining balances and due to declining interest rates, that's kind of the main reason that the other revenue line is decreasing. So net, you combine all those 3 together, we're looking at slightly declining revenues as we move forward. So on page 3, the top chart on page 3, the green line shows our projected expenses. It goes through FY25 was last year, obviously. We're in FY26. So just because of normal inflation, projected expenses going up 2.3% next year, 2.4% the following year. So just slightly, just minimal increases in our budget as we look forward. But then, unfortunately, the blue line is the declining revenues, as I mentioned. And the second graph is just the dollar difference between the revenues and the expenses. The third chart is the estimated bottom line for the general fund plus Fund 70, the capital projects fund. And then the fourth chart is those dollars expressed in how many months of next year's budget is covered. We have from FY17 through FY25, so we did go 9 straight years where we spent less than our revenue, and so that is it's a positive, something to be proud of in terms of how well we've managed our budget the last 9 years, and we'll continue to do that, but mainly because of declining state revenues. Eventually your expenses catch up to your revenue, and that's what we're looking at, and that's what we'll work on. As an administrative team and as a board, it'll be an ongoing conversation in terms of trying to minimize the gap between our revenues and our expenses. And then, so this is a conversation that great majority of districts across the state have, is declining or flat revenues and slightly increasing expenses, and then at some point in time, every district has to have a conversation about like when they want to go to ballot for an operating levy, and then down at the bottom, just making the point that you always have to factor in. There's a delay from the time you pass a levy to when you get a full year of collection. So that's kind of the point of the forecast, is to get you thinking 3 or 4 years out because of the time delay and on tax collections and how it relates to schools being on a fiscal year basis. And then the fourth page is just all the numbers. So I don't need to go into just trying to simplify the the first 3 pages is trying to simplify all the numbers on the 4th page, so, you know, we will update this forecast in February, and as I said, we will continue to work on, doing the best we can to keep our budget in balance. Okay. Okay, so I ask for a motion to approve the financial forecast as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Wow. That is pretty impressive. Does anyone have any other comments or questions?
No, sir.
I have to say, this last page is definitely, I'm happy you simplified that, because this last page is, wow, that's a lot to look at. But I have to say, I've been just so pleased personally that you guys have really made steps ahead of time and preparing for this, and having that conversation early is such a big deal for this, you know, especially for our community. To really be a step ahead is really cool to see. So I thank you guys for that. So without further discussion, we'll move on for a vote.
Mr. Mundy,
Yes.
Mrs. Gibson,
Yes.
Mr. Llewellyn.
Yes.
All right. Item number 11 deals with, oh man, it's some sort of service of like a third-party administrator. If you want to go over that a little bit, Ryan.
So, real quick, this relates to, there's no board cost to this. You know, employees, you know, all employees have the voluntary option to, like, if they want to save money for retirement, they can have some money taken out of their paycheck and go to a 403B or a 457 plan. You know, the school board puts no money into these accounts for employees, and so it's all employee money. And all this is just referencing, there's IRS and compliance, administrative things that have to be done regarding those funds and, you know, on the employee's behalf. So main thing is just to point out that this is a no cost item to the district. We just have to switch. There's a need to switch vendors from Voya to this new company. So I ask for a motion and a second that the board approve as presented the authorization of agency and services agreement with US Omni and TSACG compliant services.
So moved.
Second.
All right. Any other questions or discussion? All right. Simple enough. We'll move for a vote.
Mr. Mundy,
Yes.
Mrs. Gibson,
Yes.
Mr. Llewellyn.
Yes.
That is great that those services, because I do 457 too. That's good stuff. All right. Item number 12 deals with some personnel items. Dennis?
Good evening.
Good evening.
The superintendent recommends that the board approve the following personnel items, 12A through 12I.
So moved.
Second.
Anything to like to add, Devin?
No.
I will say in item number E, it's funny because she's also a teacher, Miss Nolan. So for her to be teacher and substitute on the side, that's pretty honorable. I just want to mention that. That's really cool. She does. She
Works
does.
hard.
She does. She really does. And she's a grad here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so even better. Alumni. Well, alumni thing. All right, Ryan?
Mrs. Gibson,
Yes.
Mr. Llewellyn,
Yes.
Mr. Mundy.
Yes. All right, item number 13 is a little bit more personnel items. Devin?
The superintendent recommends that the board approve the following personnel item, 13A.
So moved.
Second.
There's probably not much to add to this one.
No. Pretty normal.
It is. All right, we'll move for a vote then.
Mrs. Gibson,
Yes.
Mr. Llewellyn,
Yes.
Mr. Mundy.
Yes. Okay, item number 14 deals with a student trip to Nashville. Andy?
Thank you. I'd like to recommend that the board approve the proposed Journalism Education Association National Convention student trip to Nashville, Tennessee from November 14th, 2025 through November 16th, 2025 as presented. This convention provides an outlet for exceptional students in media to compete and showcase their talents in a professional setting. It also allows them to network with professionals in the field, along with receiving critiques and feedback that could help them in the future.
So moved.
Second.
Come on, guys. What are you guys gonna do?
One of us, right? anything you'd like to add to that? This is an exciting trip.
It's an exciting trip, it's a new trip for our students.
That is pretty darn exciting.
Great.
Yeah. All right, any other questions? No? We'll move for a vote.
Mr. Llewellyn,
Yes.
Mr. Mundy,
Yes.
Mrs. Gibson.
Yes.
All right, well, that was easy. Item number 15 deals with another
Another
trip.
trip. I have all the good news tonight. I'd like to recommend that the board approve the proposed Best in the State BITS Cheer Competition student trip to Upper Arlington, Ohio from November 8th, 2025 through November 9th, 2025 as presented. This trip is designed for the athletes to highlight their school spirit and represent West Carrollton High School in a positive and competitive manner.
So moved.
Second.
All right, anything you'd like to add to that one?
It's our cheer competition and our kids always bring home a trophy.
Which is even better, right?
Yep.
And I see that it pays,
We're paying for it out of our cheer budget.
that's why it's on your budget. All right. Any other questions? No? We'll move for a vote.
Mr. Mundy,
Yes.
Mrs. Gibson,
Yes.
Mr. Llewellyn.
Yes.
All right, I'm number 16. It's gonna sound like a little bit of deja vu. It's gonna be another trip.
It is another trip. This one's really exciting.
This
I'd like to chaperone this one.
Yeah.
I'd like for the board to approve the proposed Spanish class student trip to San Juan, Puerto Rico from February 11th, 2026 through February 17th of 2026. The trip will be a chance for students to immerse themselves in Hispanic culture, food, and language. Students will have the opportunity to see the sights of the country, learn about its history, visit a Puerto Rican high school, and meet with Puerto Rican organizations that they're working to preserve the country's nature. Students will learn about the world outside the continental United States, and they will be able to get to know another culture and have a chance to use the language they have been studying.
Fantastic.
So moved.
Second. All right.
I have a question for this though.
Sure.
I imagine there's gonna be some fundraising done for these kids, but do you have any idea what it's gonna cost them?
1,400.
Did I miss that?
Yeah, it was on the,
It's in the packet.
Oh, wait, I didn't misread that.
Actually, I do have a back. Yeah, a back one. It says that there is and this was my question, a
Yeah, it was
Craig Barker. Oh, I would have never got that.
So a few years back, we received a scholarship almost for our students to attend cultural trips, and that will help finance this. We haven't been able to use it for a while, probably almost since they donated it, maybe one trip since then. So it's exciting.
Wow. Yeah, because I'm like, you kind of hear about the funds over time, but I haven't heard about this one. So
It's been a while since we received it from the family. It's a great opportunity for kids.
And then I was wondering, there is one part in this. They mentioned the telephone number and destination. They use the same one as the Nashville trip. I think we can just update that though. I don't think that's going to affect the vote, but just so you know, they use the same one.
Probably stay in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, they're going to be staying in Nashville, Tennessee for the Puerto Rico
I'd rather
trip.
go to Puerto Rico.
All right. Any other discussion or questions? We'll move for a vote.
Mr. Mundy,
Yes.
Mrs. Gibson,
Yes.
Mr. Llewellyn.
Yes.
Okay. Moving right along to our comments and reports. I know they're not here, but man,
I can share.
there's no.
Nope.
There's the two board members. I don't know. Do you have anything?
I can just share a little bit. I was asked about, a few years ago, the student rep roundtable did a presentation in Columbus for the OSBA conference 4 years ago now, I guess. So I know they're working on that because they asked me if I had any kind of a cheat sheet from the presentation from 3 or 4 years ago. And a Centerville student that was part of our roundtable then, she kept it all on her laptop. And my guess is she's almost through college by now, but I have no idea what that presentation is. So they asked me about it, so I know they're working on that, and they may not have much of a template to go by, so they may have to just come up with all of it fresh, but they'll be presenting soon. So I know they'll be working on doing that, and as far as our kids go, they all have good reasons not to be here. But that's all I know.
Wow, doesn't that sound? I know, and last time we did this OSBA presentation, it was a huge,
Very, very popular.
I mean, they packed out that room. They packed it, and it was a big room too. So it's really neat to see that the state of Ohio has an interest.
I think Dr. Townsend had something to do with this maybe, but I think the one positive thing is the presentation a few years ago was on Tuesday, almost at the end of the conference, and it ran up against a fairly popular speaker that we figured would keep our crowd at a minimal amount. Instead, we had a full room of over 100 people probably.
Yeah.
But it got moved to Monday this year, which is the busiest day
That's
of the
the
conference.
busiest day.
So the presentation she would have knocked the walls out for this one, so. I think, did you have something to do with that? No?
Actually, Leslie did.
Leslie did?
Oh, really?
Because it was originally scheduled for Tuesday again, and she was like, no, we're not gonna have it the last day, when people start to leave and thin out, we're gonna do it on Monday, so she must have known somebody.
Isn't that something?
Her other committee, she sits on for OSBA.
Oh,
so she got
okay, yeah.
Look
Look at that.
influence.
It's nice to
help
have
our
someone
kids
on
have
the
fun.
inside, you know? Hey, if you know somebody, you know? Wow. All right, well, we'll move on to committee reports to you.
I love how everyone looks at me for that. Well, surprisingly enough, I have some. What do you know? So I went to Minor Valley CTC. Not a whole lot to report. One thing that I thought was really cool is that the AG, and I'm going to need some help with this, and I'm thinking you're going to have to help me. The AG Livestock Production students placed 5th at National Big E contest. No one seemed to know, everyone else seemed to know what the Big E contest is. I do not know what the Big E contest is, and from the looks I'm receiving, no one else in this room does either, so we're just gonna say congratulations, that's a great job. They were very proud of it, and so are we. This would not be that's all, oh, and the finance committee met, and the finances are financing, and we're very happy about that. That's all I have to say.
Wow.
They're financing,
They're financing, the finance committee is financing.
No.
Yeah. If only it
Well, I
wasn't.
mean, we did the 4-year forecast, and we went over, what else is there to say?
Hey, I'm just giving you a little of your own medicine down there.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna beat a dead horse down here.
You might want a Big E agricultural.
Little
award.
baby.
Good old
Did you
baby.
figure it out? See, I
It's
couldn't
just,
get it
it's
either.
an ag award,
Yeah.
small animal production care, and I had the ag program, but I didn't have small animals, so.
But, they said 5th was very,
Good.
very
yes, yes. Unfortunately, I'm not agricultural, so, but I figured, you know.
Yes,
I
and
know.
I
One
had
with
the
the
You
ag
let me
horses.
down,
program.
you let me down.
It's small animal, I don't have any of those.
All right, but when big animals come around, I'll call you. Okay, all right. So that's all the committee reports I have.
Yeah, no committee reports?
I have other reports, but not committee.
I have a few quick reports. I don't have too much though. Our alumni committee met, and it was kind of a small group. It wasn't really a big to-do. So there's really not much that we can say because there really wasn't any good conversation. It was more like everyone sat around the table to try to solve the world's problems, and we got absolutely nothing done, which is typically what a committee like this does. So, you know, we talked about having an electronic kiosk for things and some other stuff, but really nothing too strong. We mentioned a little bit about the Veterans Memorial and trying to find different avenues for that. So it really just nothing too strong when it comes to the alumni committee. At least nothing set in place where it's really worth mentioning. And then just like yours, I didn't get any update for the intermediate school for our thing there. And then, I don't know, are you going to talk about this, the strategic plan? Give a little bit of an update on that, or do you want me to?
No,
Okay, so I'll just, I guess we'll do it. Well, shoot, that's it for the committee reports. Comment from the superintendent.
So right now we've started the process of strategic planning. We have our second meeting coming up on November 6th. It was a great crowd. I I'd say there was probably over 40 people, and there's more folks coming that could not make the first meeting. It's exciting. So we've set our vision, our mission. We're gonna start working on goals at the next meeting, depending upon how much we get through. We have a presentation that we're going to do that's the state of the district, and I'm working on that right now. Nice crowd of people.
It was, yeah.
So, very excited to continue to work. That's our core committee, and we have 2 more meetings plus subcommittees. So it'll be very good to have this. We haven't had one since 2007 and a tweak in 2013, 14, somewhere in there. In other superintendent news, Friday we have a professional development day. We will be reviewing Panorama, just to piggyback on what Dr. Jordan said, and also getting into the weeds with IMTSS, which is Integrated Multi-Tiered System of Support for you. It's Ohio's new, yep, you're this one, you know, from DLT. It's Ohio's new version of supports for our students, and this year the focus for the state is a strong Tier 1. So we'll be focusing on that, as well as using Panorama to track our students and the data and progress monitor. NWEA and iReady fit into there because the data is recorded in the system and allows us to set up interventions, enrichment, and track our core. So that's pretty exciting. Friday, I'm looking forward to all of that training, and it's professional development, so no kids. That's all I have.
Day off for the kids, right?
Yep.
Can't go wrong with that.
Nope, long weekend for them.
Right.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, Ryan, you got anything to add?
Just a quick comment. As we know, the state auditor, they audit us and all the other districts across the state once a year. So I heard from our auditor about a week or so ago, so just be on the lookout. So I know they always ask you guys some questions, so just be on the lookout for an email or 2 from our state auditor. And that's it.
Thank you. And it's great because the auditor absolutely loves Ryan. They give so many high remarks. I think you know this, right? They give so many high remarks for Ryan. So it's always good. It's kind of weird to be looking forward to the next audit because I always like the good things that they say. It makes me excited. So we have no comments for either of our associations, so we'll move right along to central office. Who wants to start? Devin? Don't be too excited now.
I want to congratulate our student athletes on as the conclusion of the fall season winds down. I want to commend them for being active, and also our cross country boys team for finishing a championship on our half of the NBL, which is, I believe, the first time definitely in like 10 years, 13 years. So yeah.
Wow.
Good job.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
All right. Becky?
Don't have comments tonight, thanks.
Yeah, thanks. Dr. Jordan? Oh, wow, okay.
I won't do it once. The only thing I'd say is on item 12, we accepted the retirement of Debbie Burris, paraprofessional. She's been here for over 25 years. It's going to be sad to see her leave here at the end of this month, but I wish her the best in her retirement. It was a tough decision for her, and we talked quite a bit about it. I've grown to know Debbie quite well, and it'll be hard to fill her shoes when she leaves here.
Well, thank you. Okay, we have no general comments from the public, so we'll move to the board members. John, you want to start me? Yeah.
I have 3 comments to make. One is the Power Pack comment. Our numbers are slowly going up, not nearly as quickly as we would expect them to, but they have jumped a little bit. So just a reminder that kids can sign up, parents can sign up for their kids through the office of any school. They all have applications, and there is no deadline for that. So they can sign up now, they can sign up after Christmas. Numbers always fluctuate a little bit. We're struggling on fill those. We push it to Jack's maintenance team, who comes and picks up the totes. Right now he's not carrying a whole lot. Most of the totes are pretty light, so
They're not complaining.
And it is very quick to pack, so if you are interested in helping us, and you are part of a church group or just any community group at all, packing right now is fairly, we're actually packing ahead because it did not take the 10 minutes to pack 40 or 50 packs with 8 or 10 people there, so we are packing well into the future right now, but there's that. The other things I want to mention, I noticed there are 2 meetings left for me. There's a November and a December meeting, and then I won't be here anymore. So I'm going to share with about two people tonight, because I'm running out of time. I want to thank Janine and I want to thank Denise. Both of you kind of shared tonight. I appreciate your work ethics, both of you, and Denise giving up your Wednesdays ever since I've been sitting here to help us record this, put it online for the millions of people who watch it. And me, of course, you're just valuable. You're just invaluable, really. So
Thank you.
all the time you spend at events and sports events and in the schools, as demonstrated tonight, just a tremendous asset for the school district. I don't know how communication director. I don't know what is your official title. Communications.
Public relations.
Yeah. I don't know if every district even has one of those, but nobody has one better than me.
Thank you. That's
Thank
very
you so
sweet.
much. All I got.
Wow. That was great. All right, Lori, follow that up.
Great, all right. So upon rethinking, I might have had more committee reports. I'm not sure if we're considering our Adopt a School committee reports or board reports. So today it's going to be a board review thing. So my school is ECC, and I had written down what it said, but I also wrote over it, so I'm pulling my phone out. So the ECC, they are doing great. They are continuing to celebrate their student success and are still focusing on positive school climate with our staff. They are rocking it as usual. I did want to say that they are having a trunk or treat coming next Thursday from 6 to 7. So if you haven't signed up to bring your trunk, you should do that. It is a fun event. Don't give me those looks. Y'all are back there looking like I said it's a trunk or treat. Everyone knew what I was talking about. Bring your trunk full of treasure. How's that? I need this.
Good
I don't.
save.
Yeah. I pulled that one out real quick. Okay. And then since Angie couldn't be here, she did contact me, and some of the things have already been said, but I told her I would make sure that she was represented. Her school is the high school. The exams are happening this week, so if your teenager is a little stressful, put it away. If your teenager is a little stressful, it could be because they haven't studied well. And the boys cross country team won their division in the MBL. That was mentioned already. And then the one thing that we did not hear about is that the NHS students welcomed 28 new members into it this year. So congratulations to them. I miss my student reps. They're like over here, and I miss them terribly. And then my last thing is, John, your presentation was adorable. Pulling out the kids, well played. And you did a very good job. Thank you so much for sharing.
Very little to do with it, but thank you very much.
I had even less to do with it than you did. Janine, how
Yes.
much coaching did you have to give Siler? Because if not,
He's
he's
a
a natural.
He is a natural.
Oh.
He truly is a natural.
Especially the sweat.
He told me
I know.
today that he might, in the future, become a movie star. Now that
I
You need to set the bar
totally agree.
someplace.
I know,
might
I would give him a line and he'd go with it.
I was like, how much, he was natural. Yeah, we need to see him up here soon.
He's also
Yes.
on the back of this. That's what I,
He is.
when
He's
I was
all over the
slow-
place.
When I was slow to second, it's because I caught that he was on this.
Oh, was that it?
That's
Okay.
why I was distracted.
Okay, all right, so congratulations, very well done, thank you.
Wow, okay, that's fantastic.
I'm not sure how to set the compliment for us. Very appreciated. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, they don't happen.
It don't happen, I know.
I know, it might be the first
Hey,
actually.
you know what, John, I have to say, it was also pretty good. It's not going to be anything like what I'm about to present in January, so even though you're not going to be on the board, you
I might have
definitely
to
should
come
come and
and
see
see
it.
it.
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, it's a do not want to miss thing to see when I'm about to
I'll
pull.
definitely be in April when the musical does their deal.
definitely don't want to miss this. Because, you know, the West Carrollton Intermediate Schools is the best school in this district. I know. It's well known. I'm speaking to the choir, but just want to remind people. The funny thing about the committee things, I forgot to talk about the trunk or treat for the intermediate school. That's on the 23rd.
Well, I'm glad I reminded you.
Yeah, so, 23rd, definitely don't miss it. It's gonna be great.
Yours is the 23rd?
Yeah, ours is the same day,
It's all right.
which is
Still
fine
stuff to do.
because ours is gonna be better. I mean, so everyone can go to yours and then go to the better one, so.
Yeah, but we're bringing the trunk of treasures.
That's what I heard. Yeah, heard it right. It was funny because Pirate Packs, we had one of our NHS kids just got inducted, and she's already getting started on her service hours. She came in and did Pirate Packs. I can't remember her name, but she wants to come back and do it a few more times. So I think she's gonna max out her hours with that. So it was really, really cool seeing that. And I also want to give a little bit of a shout out to the Gathering Church because they go to Pirate Packs often. Lions Club does too, but the Gathering Church, they just absolutely kill it. So they're not even in our district; they're in Centerville. So for this church to come all the way to West Carrollton to pack kids that are technically not even there, maybe some members, but not.
We've also had the Oakwoods golf team come before.
Yeah.
Which is another school district just to help us. So,
It's just cool to see how, you know, you don't have to be in this community to serve the kids here and to make a difference. So I just wanted to give them a little bit of a shout out there. And then about legislative stuff, I was going to give a legislative update. There's all sorts of cool things happening. I'm not going to talk about it, but we will at some point. She's giving me the we need to go. So I wanted to also give kudos to the band for the Springboro Invitational. Like, that's a big deal. You know, I know I went to another, is it OMEA? And it was at Stebbins. And when you walk around that place, there's just stuff going on everywhere. And like, I was already lost because I don't walk around Stebbins much. So like, it was just wild. Because I'll walk into a random room and there's kids playing flutes, and go to another one and they're playing baritone. It's like, I don't know what's going on. And then we went, so it's even better. I wrote this down. That publication that they did is so adorable. The elementary kids, which, who knows, maybe they'll be a news person one day. Yeah, there she is. It starts with a little publication, you know, but I just thought that was really funny. And then, of course, early voting is going on right now, so be sure. If you don't want to vote voting day, you can always early vote. And wow, when I worked at the Board of Elections, I remember the hours, but now I don't. So I think it's 8 to 5. 8 to 5. It's 8
This week, next week.
Yep, 8 to 5, and then the hours expand as you get closer. But it's not a big line right now, so be sure if you want to get out the way, go to the administration building and go vote. And then, of course, always have to end it with a quote. And this quote is by Isaac Newton, and it is, "We build too many walls and not enough bridges." So with that.
So moved.
Second. Right.
Mrs. Gibson?
Yes.
Mr. Llewellyn?
Yes.
Mr. Mendel?
Yes. All right.